Hey guys, we're about to play a game with Rasputin Dreamweaver. I'll be back with you guys when I have an opponent. Alright, we would like to play first. I think this is a keep. There's no mana rocks, but we have early removal and dig through time, which is pretty good. We usually do want mana rocks in our hands, but what are we up against? Roon of the Hidden Realm, so a lot of blinking, flickering creatures. Opponent doesn't seem to have an excellent hand, so we have that going for us. Alright, opponent does decide to keep their 7-card hand. We will lead with the plains and in the turn. I don't know why they had to give him Vigilance and Trample, too. Well, we have a big scary spell we can play after we play Rasputin. That will just, like, stock our hands. Alright. I think we search for a second plains. That's also going to help us with Dig Through Time. Soonish. Alright. So our opponent can draw extra cards any turn. On my turn, anytime he plays an extra creature. A creature, not an extra creature. Any creature. So we could Banishing Light that. That's one of the few ways to deal with Ifara. So I'm thinking about doing that. I mean, if it turns into a creature, we can Swords to Plowshares it too. Well, there's Flicker Form to help protect our commander. Yeah, I'm going to use Banishing Light. We don't need our opponent drawing an extra card every turn, basically. And we'll Swords Ruin the first time he gets played. Which could be now. But it's we probably just want to wait till our opponent's upkeep to do it. That way, he can't, like, he could potentially actually recast it next turn if we use Path right now. Oh, it's Swords to Plowshares. God, I'm so used to Path to Exile. Swords to Plowshares it is. Alright. We can play Rasputin next turn. And that's probably what we want to do. Because then the turn after that, we can Myojin of Seeing Winds and draw 8 cards. And hopefully draw us into some other action. We could also get Flicker Form on him. That might be the better thing to do. That might be the better thing to do. Alright, yeah, we end our turn. We can Dig Through Time. Oh yeah, I put that there when I thought I had Path to Exile. Ooh. He's going to copy my Banishing Light and Banishing Light my Banishing Light. That's pretty fun. Yep. As expected. All right, then. Yeah, I think we just tap out and try to stick our commander. Then we can stick Flicker Form on him. Although, the annoying thing is, this can actually even exile my guy, and that will give me more tokens, more counters in the long run, but it will remove Flicker Form. So it may just be better to play our Myojin to Seeing Winds this turn and draw a million cards. Seems like, oh, that's fun. Especially, he's probably going to tap a land down, I would guess. No, okay. Well, we don't really care if he's tapped, honestly. It does mean he can't recharge his counters, but if we're just going to use his first ability right away. I guess it also means I can't attack Tamio, is probably what he's going for. All right. No, there's tidings, but I think it's probably right to just use some of Rasputin's counters to play Myojin here. We can just use all of them. Maybe. Maybe we don't want to use all of them. Yeah, I mean, that is 3 additional mana we'll have later. So we'll just play our Myojin of the Seeing Winds here. For now, I'm just going to leave the Divinity counter on him. So yeah, we can remove it and we draw a card for each permanent we control, which is 8. But with it on him, he's indestructible. So like in response to removal or something, we can always use our Myojin's ability. We probably use it at the end of our opponent's turn no matter what. I mean, obviously drawing 8 cards is a pretty huge effect. Of course, we have tidings in our hand too. We could go a little smaller on our card draw. Mana Vault. What do you need all that extra mana for? Recasting your Roon, maybe? Duplicate. Well, good news about Duplicate is I can just remove the counter in response. So we draw 8 cards. That is a lot of cards. What do we got all the way over here? Mostly lands, surprisingly. But Trinket Mage, Jace, Gilded Lotus, those are all things I'm pretty happy to see. We do need to do something to keep Tamio from getting its Divinity counter. Its Divinity counter. From getting its emblem. And he can tap this down right now. And right now we don't really have a way in our hand of keeping that from happening. Oh, he's going to draw a card. Just one card, that's all you want? To try to keep up with my card draw? Guess so. So we still don't get a Divinity counter this turn. The Divinity counter. Dream counter. There's too many counters. Loyalty, Divinity, Dream. I don't know. Aura Shards. Okay. Well, good to know. Makes me less inclined to play the artifacts and enchantments in my hand. That's definitely for sure. We are going to be able to get to Dig Through Time because we're going to have to discard some cards at the end of this turn. Wouldn't mind just drawing like Kozilek, one of just our monsters. Or our own duplicate not duplicate, but this, Clever Impersonator. All right. He does get to draw a stupid card. And another land. Okay. We do run like 40 in this deck, which I think is about right. So what can you help me do here, Rasputin? You can help me crank out a Gilded Lotus and then cast Tidings. We can also eventually make a copy of his duplicate when he plays something we want to kill. We got a lot of choices. That's what happens when you have a million cards in your hand. I don't know that we actually want to draw a bunch more cards right this second, since I don't know that we need to. Trinket Mage's Body is actually relevant right now, especially if I want to play Jace. And I do. So let's play Jace. We'll draw a card, because we don't have enough of those. Jeez. That's 5 in a row. Okay, so then Trinket Mage. Yeah, playing Gilded Lotus is worse because our opponent has Aura Shards. Yeah. So all of these can get blown up, of course. I'm just going to get Soul Ring because I can cast it now. And then discard, discard. I just want to keep the ones that come into play untapped at this point. All right. So if he plays a creature, he just gets to blow up our Soul Ring. Sad day for us. We can play Dig Through Time for 2 blue now. That's what the silver lining about drawing all those lands with our Myojin. I'm guessing Roon's coming down from his hidden realm. No, something else. No, it is Roon. He just cost a lot. Yeah, blow up my Soul Ring. I mean, there was no reason not to get it. I actually just wanted Trinket Mage for the body. Ooh, you just became a creature. That's not so good. All right, so I think Jace is probably dead. Real dead. Yeah, we just let those both hit Jace. I mean, blocking one's not going to accomplish anything. He draws his card. Well, Treasure Cruise is pretty attractive. We could also copy his duplicate twice. First one zapping this, and the second one zapping that. I think that's probably what we do. Because we have 9. Yeah, we have the mana for it. And we can also use Treasure Cruise this turn, because that's ridiculous. But, yeah, so that gives me 8, 9, 10. Oh, I don't need 10. I only need 9. So 7, yeah. So cast with 5 kicker. Ooh, 5 of those. I thought it was just 2. So we could just wipe his whole board if we wait a little longer. Interesting. We can duplicate his duplicate. I mean, I think it's worth it. We're going to cast it with the kicker. First, we're going to pick... Yeah, this is the one we want to copy. And we're kicking it. So we're going to exile all 3 of his creatures. Yeah, it's a May effect, so we don't have to exile our other stuff. So that's pretty big. We can then start swinging, taking down Tamio. I mean, they're going to be a bunch of, 2 of them are just going to be 2/4s, but some of them are going to be quite large. So, Farah, Duplicant, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Roon. And let's do this again, because I think I actually put it in the wrong order, so... We have to make sure this is still a creature, so yeah, we got it. Yes. It's pretty gross to copy my opponent's duplicant. All right. Well, that feels pretty good. We're going to attack Tamio. He can kill them like every time he plays a creature, but we did some pretty good work there, I think. And instead of casting Treasure Cruise, I think I'm actually just going to stick Flicker Form right here. Gives my opponent something else to think about wanting to blow up. If we start Flicker Forming, that means we get 7 counters back, and so forth. Man, Treasure Cruise makes Tidings look so bad in this situation. So bad. All right. He decided to just draw 2 cards with Tamio. The good news is, unlike Oblivion Ring, these creatures never go back to our opponent. So, Simic Growth Chamber, okay. Wrath of God, Cyclonic Rift. Okay, well, there are definitely worse things. We still wiped his board, more or less. Ooh, Ever-Flowing Chalice with like 1,000 counters on it. Is that what I want to do? Probably not. I think it's probably just to play Rasputin with Flicker Form. Oh, whoops. Our artifacts are all much worse since he has Aura Shards in play, so I'm a little less inclined to play them. Oh, I should have left another Plains up, because now that if I put Flicker Form on him, he's not quite going to be able to protect himself. But we'll use Treasure Cruise here. If we had creatures in here, we'd want to leave them because we have Artisan of Kozilek, but there weren't any creatures, so okay. Well, since he's unprotected anyway, I think we just stick Flicker Form on him. Our opponent probably just kills it one way or another. It's funny we drew our duplicate. I just noticed that. I was like, yeah, of course we have a duplicate in our hand. But no, those were actually our duplicate. This one is, though. So I think we just lose the Chalice. We could have just played duplicate right away, but it wouldn't have done any good, really. Or Gilded Lotus right away. but I also don't think that would have done a whole lot. That's crazy that Cyclonic Rift is an instant. We have one in our deck too. What's under this again? Our Banishing Light. All right. He's got his top, which is probably an okay sign for us. But maybe not. Is he just going to replay Roon? No, Brago. Brago. And now he's going to blow up my Flicker for him. That's something I saw as a possibility. Obviously, Brago goes well with Roon, so it's not the biggest surprise in the world. We can duplicate it, though, of course. And then later we can play Phyrexian Gargantuan as a copy of Duplicant. I wonder how that will work. Which will override the other? The fact that it's a 7/7 or... I don't know. Just don't know. It's been a pretty epic match, though, and it's kind of hilarious because we're both still basically at 40. We've been playing for a long time, and yet we haven't actually done anything to each other, really. Oh, I should have just removed a counter there. I mean, it doesn't do any good. Okay, Treasure Mage, that's interesting. I can Treasure Mage for my Inkwell Leviathan. I think that's probably what I do. All right. So, what's gross is we can also then like play Tidings or something. We need 2, and yeah, let's just use all his counters. Inkwell. Has Shroud, so this effect will not be doing anything to it. Yeah, now we'll just do Trinket Mage again. Sure, we'll get... I mean, in a world where I create infinite mana, I can play Orochi Hatchery, make like 1,000 snakes in one turn. So I may just hold on to that, maybe? Nah, I'll take Mana Vault. Just get it blown up. Alright. Is it worth just attacking with Rasputin? Probably, actually, because we've used up all his counters. He will get 1 next turn if he doesn't attack, but he's going to attack. He's going to get some. Alright. Boom! There's some damage in this game. We can actually copy Rasputin with Quicksilver Gargantuan and then have 7 counters on our 7/7. It's kind of funny. We have massive amount of card advantage in our opponent, so I think we're eventually going to grind this game out. There goes our Mana Vault, incidentally. That's okay. We know we're not really keeping any of our artifacts that don't have Shroud. It says Island Walk right now. I mean, it always has Island Walk, but you know what I mean. It's really got Island Walk right now. It is active. We just have so many cards. We still have Tidings and Dig Through Time in our hand. It's just... All started with our Myojin that we cast on turn 7 or whatever. And drew us 8 cards. And since then we've drawn more cards from various other effects. Well, isn't that interesting? Oh, you don't have flying. For some reason I thought it had flying. So he can get back Banishing Light, but it still can't target Inkwell Leviathan, right? Yeah. He can have this copy something else, actually. He can have it copy Inkwell Leviathan. Oh, no, can he? Yes, he can. He can exile this and have it copy Inkwell Leviathan. That'd be fun, but yeah, Man of Vault, that's pretty cool. You don't have any destruction targets, so that's good. Ooh. Oh no, it's Yume. I was like, you have to blow up your own Banishing Light? That'd be ugly. You'd have to pick a target no matter what, just because of how Magic works, which is not something you really realize until you play Magic Online. That technically you do choose a target every time on a May effect, and then after you choose the target, you choose whether or not you're actually going to use the ability. Hope that makes sense. Hey, we got our hatchery anyway. All right, well, Inkwell Leviathan's going to get in there. I mean, I probably want to duplicate Brago. He's kind of a problem. All right. I could play Phyrexian Gargantuan as a copy of Rasputin Dreamweaver. And send this Dreamweaver away. I think I'm going to go ahead and dig through time before I do anything else, though. Still, again, no creatures, so it doesn't really matter what we exile. So, I mean, we can still use Quicksilver Gargantuan here if that's what we want to do. Okay. Kozilek. I mean, we don't right now have like a safety net if things get ugly. Tridegarians would give us that. I don't know that we really need this other stuff. I mean, Grothoth, I guess, does just make it so we just keep playing things with converted mana cost 9, and that's not a bad place to be, right? Yeah, that's... Sure. So send everything else. Okay, so I think we do play our Gargantuan as a copy of Rasputin. Yeah. Yeah, and then I probably just also play Duplicant and exile Brago. You could also just make a copy of Inkwell Leviathan, but that seems sweeter. Look at that, 7/7 Rasputin. And then we'll play Duplicant. That still gives us 10 next turn to play Kozilek, so... It is kind of hard to see how many counters there are. There we go. So we're going to Duplicant his Brago, while also adding a 7/7 and a 7/11 to the table. Oh, are you going to counter that? But not my Gargantuan? Wow. So he is. Alright. And it does hurt a little. I'm not thrilled. Oh, man. That hurts, too. It hurts. The good news is we can now just hardcast Kozilek, so... I mean, we would have, I guess, hardcast him anyway, but we can do it with just our lands now. This is a long one, guys. We have Treasure Mage and Trinket Mage in play, which is fun. Why is it a human wizard if that's what it looks like? But anyway. This clearly human, Mirrodin human. They're a little weird there, but I don't know why this is a human. Yeah. We take 2. Now I wish I had chosen the Gargantuan. Feels like we're playing a Brago deck, not a Roon deck. So do I play Grozoth first? Probably not. I'd probably play Kozilek. Copying Inkwell Leviathan now? I suppose that would make sense. We also get to use our Banishing Light now, though. Oh, I guess he gets to destroy it, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he went with Inkwell Leviathan, which can almost block Kozilek even. Impressive. It doesn't really matter what we do here, but sure, we'll pick a target. It's better to choose that target than the Visionary who would draw him a card, so... Still have massive hand advantage, and we still haven't used up all our ways to draw even more cards. So I think that's probably a good thing. I wonder what land he wants to get. I think we're about to find out. So we can still recast Rasputin from exile, which is probably something we'll do in a future turn. Okay, so we swing with Inkwell again. Ooh, the bad news is he can copy Kozilek now if I play him. So we might not actually want to play Kozilek. Might just be better to cast Tidings right now. See if we can find a way to kill freaking Brago. Is our opponent going to counter that? Kind of looks that way. Yes. Okay. Well, that's not where we wanted to be. Yeah, that really hurts us. All right then. I mean, this is a race we win, but that could easily change. We do not want to give him Kozilek, I don't think. Although we still get to swing with our Kozilek first. So, I guess that's pretty nice. But yeah, I forgot he can cast stuff as if they have flash. He hasn't been doing it. Bam, bam. So it's 9. And Kozilek would draw us 4 cards. Could be a Plains and a Banish and a Path to Exile. That's what we want to see. Yeah, I'm just avoiding. It sucks that we've drawn, although our deck does have a lot of artifacts. Drawing them right now is just so bad. We need our Disenchant to take care of that Aura Shards, and then we can start doing some more stuff from our hand than we've been doing so far. Oh. Do we want a second Inkwell Leviathan? Probably. That's probably what we want. It's pretty good right now. I think it's better than copying Brago or something like that. So let's swing with our original Inkwell Leviathan. Bam. What's happening? Are you going to kill him somehow? Well, you still can't block him. So you still have an island. You can't destroy one of your islands or something like that. Oh, you can blow up my lands, though. That is very relevant. It does make it so I can't hardcast Kozilek anymore. All right. So I think we play our Impersonator, copy our own Inkwell Leviathan. Oh, more counter magic? Oh, he's digging for more counter magic. Please no. Please don't have counter magic. Just keep thinking it has to be over. Okay. Awesome. So, there we go. And that should be lethal next turn because we can also secure the wastes and go wide enough that he can't stop us, especially if he decides to swing again, which I think he will because it's unblockable and he can't block this 14 damage. So I think we end our turn. A board sweeper would be good, but we have far more cards in our hand. I mean, it'd be good for him. So, but I think we would recover from it much more effectively, especially because we have secure the wastes in our hand. What is happening right now? Something ugly. Roon. Okay, that's kind of ugly, but I'm not sure it does a whole lot right now for him. I don't think it saves him. Does it let him blow up another land? Sure, but I'm not sure that's enough. I would just secure the wastes in response to anything he does right now. In terms of like hitting me with Brago and then flashing stuff, flickering stuff rather. Well, now he's just dead to our Leviathans, so we may not even need to worry about that. Okay. He is just dead to our Leviathans. He's got one card in his hand. And I don't think it's a board sweeper since he just played what he played. I mean, you wouldn't have played another creature if he had a board sweeper. I think our Leviathans, by the way, there's 3 Inkwell Leviathans on the table, and only one of them's real. So we probably still secure the waste just to make sure. Although he has 6 blockers and we can make 4 of them. So actually wouldn't make a huge difference. Uh-oh. Board sweeper? This is going to come down to the wire. I mean, since our opponent hasn't just scooped, Oh, he can draw more cards and stuff. If he's attacking, I think we do use Secure the Wastes. All right, we go to 16. The Battle of Inkwell Leviathans. Oh, he gets to draw a bunch of cards here, so he may draw a way out. That's what he's going for. Is it worth it to secure the wastes right now? Probably not. I almost feel like we can accomplish more by just leaving our mana untapped. Because our opponent has to draw a board sweeper or something here to have a shot. And he could, but again, if he draws one and then we get to still have secure the wastes in our hand, I think that's what we do. All right, he's going to thin out his deck a little bit more, trying to draw whatever it is he's looking for. He already played his Cyclonic Rift, so that might be... I mean, that would get him out of this. That would win him the game, but he already cast it. He could have a way of playing it from his graveyard, I guess. He's almost going to catch up to me on all the cards we've drawn this game, which is nuts. Yeah, we're just going to say sure. Okay, that puts it on top of your library, but you can get that with your top. That is a little scary. He could get something that keeps me from attacking. What will it be? He has 2 minutes to find out. That can take a while, sometimes finding the cards you want in a commander deck on Magic Online. In real life, too, I suppose. Future Sight. So, trying to dig even deeper. That isn't something that will impact the board immediately. I am baffled right now as to what our opponent's trying to do. But your top's on top now, and you know that. You can play your top again. You can keep doing it over. Oh, you can draw a lot of cards that way. That's what he's doing, I think. He doesn't have a ton of mana, though. So, like, he can't, he can play Krufix, I guess, but after that, what's he got? Still digging, I think. There's Venser, but you can't cast him. And Factor Fiction. That's not going to immediately impact the board either. Should have blown up all of his own islands. He would have had to blow up 4 of them and had them all. Yeah, we got there. Woo! Our opponent was digging for something. Don't know what it was, but Inkwell Leviathan saved us, and Rasputin allowing us to play one so early is definitely what won us the game. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.